What's good, YouTube? Listen, I meet a lot of women who have very good male friends that they haven't necessarily friend zoned, that they sometimes have feelings for, that they're open to exploring something new with, or they would be if they were not so afraid to damage the relationship. If they were not so afraid to fail in dating, that person disappeared from their lives or that they fell out in some way. A lot of people have a very legitimate fear of turning a friend into a lover. And I understand that. I get that. But I need to tell you, ladies, something. A lot of you women who are saving this male best friend forever because you haven't met a responsible male, you haven't met a dependable male, a male that you could call on at any point. And you're trying to save him as that because you're not used to having that, because you would normally get that in a relationship and you haven't been able to find a relationship. So you're afraid to get rid of this male friend that carries out some of those male responsibilities in your life. Let me tell you something. If you're trying to save this relationship by not dating the guy that you want to date because he's been a great male friend and you want to keep him that way, you're wasting your damn time. Okay, you need to start looking at all of these male-female best friendships as temporary. Okay, they are temporary, and I'm gonna tell you why. Listen, if a guy wants you and a guy is open to date you and you're open to dating a guy, but you have this fear of ruining the relationship and you won't move forward on it, the problem is this: while you're trying to save the relationship isn't here to stay anyway, because as soon as that guy finally puts the idea down of dating you because you won't risk the relationship, as soon as he finally moves on and finds someone, as soon as he finds the type of relationship that he wanted with you, the new woman in his life is going to look right at you like a laser beam. She's going to point right at you and say she's got to go. Immediately, the first thing women do when they enter a man's life is clean house of the other women and feminine energy that was in his life before that's not blood related. You're trying to save your relationship with this friend so he can be your BFF forever because you're so afraid of hurting the relationship or risking it. And it's temporary anyway, because you're just sending him into the arms of another woman who will see to it that you are temporary. I don't think I've ever met a guy who got with a woman, who got serious with her, who also didn't experience her trying to figure out which women need to be eliminated from his life. It might be subtle. It might be subconscious. It might be slick. It might be on the low, but it happens. You're not saving your relationship by holding off on trying to explore a relationship with a man that you found to believe be responsible and be trustworthy and be dependable. You're not saving that relationship. You're ensuring that that relationship ends. You're ensuring that that relationship is temporary, because when he finally meets somebody that he takes seriously, when he finally meets somebody that's not you, that he's okay with and he adjusts to and he falls in love with, that woman's going to see to it that you're gone. You are the first train out of there. So you're not saving your relationship by skipping out on the people that you know around you could be good mates or partners because you're afraid to ruin the relationship. That's not what's happening at all. You're tricking yourself into thinking that procrastinating, not taking that chance, bending to the will of your fear is a better thing. You've legitimized it and you've made sense of it to yourself. You've rationalized your fears to yourself in such a way that now you're not moving on an actual partner that would be dependable and loving and caring and trustworthy and see you as more than a hole to stick it in like most of these guys that you date. You've rationalized that nonsense into an idea that you're saving this relationship when in actuality, as soon as another woman enters his life, she will be coming for you. She will make sure, she will see to it that you're out of there. Think of your own experiences. When have you started a relationship and been like, yeah, I'm super okay with this other attractive woman that he might have feelings for staying in his life? This isn't a thing that happens very often. These relationships are all temporary until the first person falls in love with someone else. Whether it's the girl or the guy first, these best friendships between male and female are always temporary. They always stagnate or dissipate upon a new person coming into the lives of one of the people and getting serious and falling in love. So you are not saving your male best friend or your female best friend by not getting in a relationship with them, talking about you want to save the friendship. Because the friendship is all but guaranteed to end as soon as someone else enters the party. As soon as there's a new lover trying to protect and establish their territory, your relationship as friends, BFFs, whatever you are over. You can still be cool. You can see each other in passing. You can call each other on birthdays. But all the time that you spend telling each other about your problems, hanging out, being around each other in person, going on friend dates, all of that shit's over with anyway. So you're not saving it. So if you know a guy that's dependable, that's trustworthy, that loves you, that cares about you, and wants to date, don't give him that bullshit about not wanting to date. If you don't want to date him, just say that. But don't do that, oh, I'm saving the friendship and all of this bullshit, because if he finally moves on, you're not going to be friends anyway. And I'm talking about the women who are genuinely interested or genuinely open to dating a guy who hasn't really been friend zoned, but they're just really literally terrified to make that change from friendship to relationship because they've hurt relationships before or things didn't work out before. Y'all got to stop being so afraid to fail in these relationships. Sometimes shit lasts forever and sometimes it doesn't. But the only sure way to not win, to not get what you want, to not conquer your fears and anxieties and your goals is to not try. Is to quit before you start. Is to deny yourself the opportunity from the very beginning. What we often miss is what's drawn us to each other is our propensity to succeed in a relationship, the things and the vibes that we catch, the energy that we catch in exchange between each other. That looks like it could be great romantic energy, but the loyalty we establish as friends adds value to that. Right? The consideration and the respect that we establish as friends adds value to that. So if you ignore those things that a real relationship, a healthy relationship are built on, and every time you establish healthy relationship qualities with someone of the opposite sex, you start to protect the relationship and you saran wrap it behind friends forever, you've done yourself a disservice because you're supposed to be building your relationships based on those best friendship qualities that someone presents to you when they love you as a human being and don't need sexual gratification to be in your presence. These are the very people you're supposed to be dating, not protecting, not saran wrapping, not quarantining, not compartmentalizing your life. You're supposed to be dating those exact people. And again, I'm not talking to every woman who has guys in her friend zone. I'm talking to the women who have men that aren't necessarily in the friend zone, who they have romantic interest in, but who have a lot of fear around dating or escalating that relationship in some way or another. You can end it now, or you can let another woman point to you and remove you from his life later, but it will end soon enough. All good things come to an end, as they say. So if you don't want it to come to an end on any terms other than your own, you might as well date that friend that you like. Anyway, I hope that helps. Follow me at KFake24 on Instagram. I'll get with y'all later.